Setting up small parts on a CNC router can be a pain. You either waste a lot of material using screws or strap clamps, or spend way too much time taping and gluing every part. I run a lot of small parts for my Etsy shop, and I needed a faster, more efficient way to do it with less waste, so I built this. This is what I'm calling the clamp rail. It's one of the accessories I'll be offering alongside my fixture plate system, the GridPlate. The goal is simple, quick, accurate, repeatable setups for CNC routers and small mills. It's already been working great in my shop, and it's going to be a big part of growing this 300 square foot garage into a real machining business. You might be wondering why I'm building tooling for CNC routers if the goal is a full machine shop. It all comes down to one thing: cash flow. I'm starting with a 35-year-old retrofitted milling machine and a CNC router that's basically a wet noodle. They work, but they have their limits. So the plan is simple: build products and generate cash flow and reinvest into better machines. I also genuinely enjoy making tools too. It's quite fun. So of course we start with facing the part because tools should look good too. I'm using a 2-inch face mill here, which is probably pushing it for this machine. It gets the job done, but it's working for it. And right about now I really do wish I had that tool changer working, but I need like a new spindle controller that can orient the spindle to get it to work, and I just don't have the time right now. Then we move on to profiling the outer edge and cutting the slots for the bolts. This of course being 6061 T6 aluminum is perfect for a fixture like this. It's not going to see a tremendous amount of load from holding on to wood and plastic parts from CNC routers. And the slots we're cutting right now is going to be how we adjust the clamps to fit the different size stocks on the fixture plate. So this slot right here is what will hold the Mighty Bite hardware, and that's what gives these clamps its bite. I use a lot of pitbull clamps at work and my day job, and they are incredible for fixtures and holding all kinds of different shaped parts. And I should have caught the sound that it was a little bit too aggressive of a bite right here. And yeah, snapped another end now. Happens. So I swapped that out, tweaked the program a bit, and we keep going. And naturally throw a chamfer on everything. Now we're on the fixed side of the clamp system. Similar operations, just mirrored for the other half of the system. The locating studs that are being machined right now are what drop into the grid plate and align everything automatically. So there's no dialing in every single time you put these on. Just drop it in and go, basically. Yeah, I got a goodie bag from Haas Tooling with some taps that I need, and of course I didn't feel like thread milling, so I have to do a tapping montage of all those holes there. Yeah, next time I'm just going to thread mill them. And this is basically all you have to do to get it to line up with your machine. It's really very quick and very accurate. Got at least half a thou repeatability. Once you have the clamp rail sized to your stock, all you have to do is probe your part in, whichever way you do it. I like using the 3D probe, or touch-off block that came with my Onefinity, and then you just run the part. So this is the first cut using the clamp rail after I machined it. And I leave about 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom in the program. That keeps the tools clear of the pit bowl clamps. And this is where it all comes together. So you get accurate, repeatable setups. I can run this part 50 times and have the exact same deal without a ton of weight. And this is where it starts to make sense. That's 5 parts on a 12 by 24 fixture plate and 10 on a 24 by 24 fixture plate. One setup, one program, and that's how you scale. As always, thanks for watching. I've got links in the description if you want to take a closer look.